on the path of yoga, seeking solace, peace, or quiet, motivated by physical, mental, or emotional suffering, or energetically we feel depleted, something seems out of balance, and intuitively, instinctively, we know that yoga promises to keep us more even. And as trendy as yoga has become, the path is still uncrowded. The path of yoga has always been spacious, for it takes you inward to declutter and outwards to connect with the infinite. Upon hearing the word yoga, as I've mentioned before, we often think of the postures, sometimes of meditation or the breath, but it is the ethics that fill out the limbs of yoga. In fact, they are the first two and inform the other six. They are the yamas and the niyamas. The yamas are the restraints or avoidances, the things we try not to do. The niyamas are the observances, the things we try to do. The yamas give us a moral compass for social ethics, guidance in how to treat others, and are a reflection of our true nature. The niyamas offer a framework for personal development and refinement. We begin with the first yama, ahimsa, non-harming. Ahimsa is the foundation of all yoga practices, the practice of non-violence. We harm when we are fearful or out of balance, when we feel powerless or can't forgive ourselves or someone else. So in many ways, ahimsa is about having the courage to forgive ourselves and others. All hostility dissolves in the presence of ahimsa. Once we begin to establish non-harming, we will naturally need to, practice satya, non-lying, not being dishonest or deceptive. Begin by simply noticing the untruths that you yourself tell. Do this with ahimsa from a place of forgiveness. Remember that we lie when we feel that the truth is dangerous. But the truth is safe, for in and of itself has no agenda. Satya will require a fierce compassion. As you practice not lying, then asteya, non-stealing, will naturally follow. Non-stealing occurs when we recognize that we have enough and are enough, that we don't need to have, be, or get more. When you are established in asteya, not stealing power, energy, or love from yourself or anyone else, you will know abundance. You will feel the fullness of all things and the enoughness of yourself. Practicing gratitude and trust will support asteya. Next on the journey through undoing is brahmacharya, non-excess. Brahmacharya is about walking with the divine and recognizing the sacred nature of life. When we understand the gift of life, not just your one individual life, but all life, we will never want to waste energy or use any life force irresponsibly. We will be inspired towards healthy habits and patterns that support the fulfillment of Dharma. You will be devoted to your destiny. And then as we continue on the path, we come upon a parigraha, non-greed, avoiding the impulse to be greedy. Once established in a parigraha, one experiences freedom from striving. You can let go of all will and ambition and be in the flow. This allows you to understand the purpose of your existence. It is not to get more things, but to honor and preserve what has already been given. As we practice the restraint of the yamas, the ways in which we interact socially with the external world, we create space for the niyamas, the observances in our more internal worlds. As we conserve energy, we have time to focus on personal development. This is not narcissism or self-absorption. The aim is optimal contribution to the greater good. These internal disciplines and personal ethics support our evolution towards harmony. Santosha is the practice of being content with yourself as you are and your life as it is. Not to be confused with complacency or a selfish search for happiness. This is an active practice of allowing for an open flow of giving and receiving, being open to and feeling connection with others. As Bob Dylan says, may you always do for others and let others do for you. This is the emotional experience to which we yogins aspire. When santosha is established, a deep sense of peace that is deeper than any superficial fluctuation of consciousness will arise. You will know an abiding joy that transcends and shines through all sorrow and suffering. The next niyama is tapas. Tapas is devotion and discipline, and literally means heat. It references the willingness to stay in the fire, like soldiers in battle or first responders in a disaster or healthcare workers during a pandemic. This niyama is closely related to the yogic concept of adhikara, the ability to receive and to hold teachings. Tapas is the fervent energy that supports regular sadhana, consistent practice of all 8 limbs. But it is not dogmatic. As you observe tapas, avoid rigidity and self-punishment. The next niyama, saucha, means purity and clarity, and its meaning includes clear intention. It is not about perfectionism. Rather, allow whatever you don't need to float away and make space for new energy. Simplify your life. This is internal feng shui, clearing space in the terrain of the soul. Quoting Matt Licata, know that this entire sensory world is a holy appearance, a holy appearance that is simultaneously arising, dancing, and passing, all in the same movement, all in the same moment. Like the stream, the branches of the trees, and the body itself. Swadhyaya, the next niyama, is self-inquiry, the study of the self and the study of the wise. It would be risky to only study oneself without guidance from more enlightened and knowledgeable souls. This niyama is also closely related to the meditation practices, in which you bring awareness to your own fluctuations of consciousness, and in which a teacher is crucial. Playfulness is key, so that you don't take all of this too seriously. At the same time, do remember who you are. No need to become your teacher. This journey through the ethics begins with the yama of ahimsa, and the destination is not a physical place, but a way of being, the final niyama, Ishvara Pranidhana. Here in this space, we find balance between effort and ease, between doing and undoing. We move through space with grace, remembering our wholeness and feeling the union between the small individual self and the infinite, eternal universe. We rest effortlessly into the pure awareness of the self.